All right. Well, so John, tell us about demonetization on Instagram.
Okay, so if you post any, oh well, do your thing.
Hell yeah, barroom banter. I'm Alex.
Sam,
And I'm John. Desert
And
Rat 130 on Instagram.
hell yeah.
For us who are shadow
Uh,
banned.
I don't know. It's Alex Davis 1000. I don't fucking know. Instagram.
I think
Right.
mine's in Greasy 1776.
I think Breezy.
In Greasy?
IDNTGREAZY.
I'll be damned. Yeah,
Nice.
mine just Desert Rat. You spell it normal.
Done burn, done smell. In Greasy.
Makes
So-
it easier.
Yeah, well, so you want to know about shadow banning and all of that stuff. So I'm a social media micro influencer and micro influencer. I've got about 37,000, almost 38,000 followers. And this week they
How
sent
long
me
have you been doing this?
on Instagram.
Yeah.
A couple years on Instagram. I was 2 years on TikTok as well. I had 60,000 before they banned me completely. I'm
Pretty fucking active, like daily active.
for the most part, yeah. Just shitting on the government, talking about high level pedophiles, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, those guys, and stuff like that, and promoting Trump pretty heavy. But yeah, I got so there were 10 videos, and all of them had to do with the North Carolina debacle, the shit show that FEMA is, and things like that, and pro Trump stuff and anti Kamala
Antifa.
stuff, anti Kamala. And what happened was they sent a deal that said that only my followers, the active followers that I have now, are going to be seeing my content. They demonetized me. I went from 4.2 million views a month to 1.5 million views in 1 week. So they're
Wow.
they're not showing my
They were
content.
like, "Fuck you! You're
Yeah.
not fucking doing this Trump support, you motherfucker."
Right, yeah. It's a 90-day ban from my understanding. It's a 90-day shadow ban
Because you did what?
because I'm a bad boy and I promote the wrong things.
Is that what they said?
This is what what they said was my content was
Against
community
standards.
violation against community standards and guidelines. And every video they showed was either a pro Trump or anti Kamala or showing what was going on with the FEMA shit. And the same thing happened with me in TikTok. That's when I got banned. I was showing the Hunter Biden stuff before the Hunter Biden laptop was confirmed. I was shitting on the Canadian government through the trucker protest. And the other thing was Ukrainian conflict.
Hold on, real quick. Can we do a slide aside? I love the Canadians protesting. The honking was one of my favorite things ever because I was watching Redditors fucking seethe about their cats shitting all over their apartments in Toronto because the fucking truckers are just honking so much, making their cats mad.
Yeah.
It
was great.
As a 4chan user and obvious raider of Reddit very often, I thought that was the funniest fucking shit ever.
They were losing their shit.
Oh man, it was like,
and not just the cats, but the liberals were. When the truckers rolled into where was that? Ontario?
It was Manitoba,
Ontario was the big one. Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, it was during COVID lockdowns and
the vaccine.
The vaccine mandates and stuff, and all the truckers in fucking Canada. And a lot of like Northern American truckers passed into Canada to like support.
Over the Detroit Bridge and all that shit.
And they just shut down cities instead. And it was like techno Vikings down the street fucking pissing off Redditors and liberals. The Canadian just fucking honking every day, fireworks and fucking drinking in the streets.
The truckers were honking and stuff, but they went there because of vaccine mandates that the Canadian government put on them that made a requirement for them to travel to and from their places of business in the trucks. And they ended up showing up, and the Canadian government. So this is midwinter, February, January, February.
It was dope.
Yeah, it was right before the Ukrainian conflict, and what happened was they rolled up into there where these trucks had just shut down Ontario. I mean, shut it the fuck down.
Or Ottawa.
And
it was
Ottawa.
Yeah,
it was Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa. You're exactly right. But so they pulled their trucks in there. They blocked off all the city, the traffic, and I guess Ottawa's their capital city. And, yeah.
It's the best they got.
And the Canadian government sent in like henchmen to steal their wood in the middle of winter.
Oh, men coming to steal my wood. I don't want that.
Well, it is Canada, the gayest country ever.
Yeah,
This
right.
checks out.
So they were trying to freeze these people to death, and
Pretty much Canadian.
it was wild. It was a wild deal. I covered a lot of that. I actually on TikTok I gained like 20,000 followers doing that one, just covering that. A lot of those folks thought I was Canadian, but I felt I was able to speak more freely than a Canadian because I'm American, and it worked for a little while
Until it didn't.
And right after that, between that, the government pedophilia and the Ukrainian conflict, I got banned permanently, facial recognition on TikTok. I've not been able to go back on TikTok ever since.
So what you're saying is there's like something to this, like you're hitting on a spot that these fucking programs are.
When you're over the target,
like, isn't it like Viacom or something that fucking filters like keywords through everything I ever like said?
They all do it now. Yeah, all of them.
And like sends it to the certain database that it needs to go through, and
Right.
then they filter, and then
Right.
like go down to see like, oh, who we're gonna fucking keep and ban, and after a while,
Yeah.
they just fucking you hit like an algorithm.
Right.
you know?
It's part of the algorithm. And the thing about it is they're having a real hard time because when they ban me, somebody else pops up. When they ban that person, somebody else will pop up, or maybe
Right,
somebody
so
will
you
figure
were
out how
just-
to beat the
you were
algorithm and
just
hit
the
it. Yeah.
last Alex Jones.
Well, yeah. Well, not quite as big. And they didn't find me.
That's what
But
what she said.
Yeah. You talked to her. You've seen my OnlyFans too.
Yeah, Kamala said that.
So-
I exclusively post
Would you
huge
have-
pictures.
would-
I'm
would-
huge
John,
in Columbus.
Would you have sex with Kamala Harris
Not a chance in hell.
if her name was?
Nope.
What if you just met her on the street?
No, the cackle would turn me off big time. Yes,
I
the
would-
moment of cackle would.
How
I
about
would-
you, Sam?
I would smash 97 Kamala Harris.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever even seen her, but
She was
when
actually
she
really
was
good looking.
She was when she was a.
ew,
it was when,
isn't
like,
part of it
Montel-
like
Montel Williams era?
Yeah.
something in here? I don't think I could.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
Was she at the Diddy parties?
probably.
absolutely,
Was
probably.
she
yeah,
Diddy
most
ended
of
up?
it,
Was she Diddy
yeah.
doodle?
I think so.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I think that you might come into error trying to put every person at one of those things because unironically, the
Was
woman.
Trump at a Diddy party?
No, I'm
No.
gonna go with no. I think that
Kamala probably.
they have definitely been pictured together. They've been at Mar-a-Lago together. They've been at social gatherings. But to be fair, Diddy is one of those guys.
I'm
he
saying that
can-
with everybody though.
Well, he's like the Rock.
Until they're known to be fucking one of them.
He's on the
Right.
same level as the
Diddly
Rock.
do-goods.
It doesn't matter where you are on politics. If the Rock's around, you'll take a picture with him. Yeah.
Right.
Unless I find out he was at a Diddy.
Right.
well,
Well,
yeah,
we
like-
all none
Like
of us
not
were
just
talking
being
about
at,
this
but listen,
until recently.
not just at one of his parties. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about those after party weird shits that were happening,
Yeah.
where there were fucking young kids. I don't care if they were fucking women that were of age that were wanting it.
or
Like,
dudes.
but-
It doesn't matter.
or dudes or whatever.
Right.
But when it comes down to
The children.
15-year-olds,
Bieber.
Yeah,
and
we're
the
all not on board on
11-year-olds
that.
and the 9-year-olds
Billie Eilish, things like
and
that, yeah.
the disgusting shit that I've heard happen. Like the propaganda, whatever, it's not confirmed
Right.
yet. And like none of it's confirmed. He has not been fucking found guilty.
Right.
And like in this day and age, everyone's quick to
Oh,
assume
yeah.
everyone's guilty.
Accusation
But,
in this
like,
day and age is the worst thing. You
Wouldn't
can
it
have.
be the worst thing in the world if none of that were actually that crazy and true? And
Right.
he was just put on like that to cover up like that 23andMe thing or whatever.
or the Israeli conflict,
Or- yeah, whatever.
I mean, we're sending
'Cause look at all-
troops to Israel this
Look
week.
at all our fucking our DNA.
Right.
It got fucking leaked out. That DNA, that 23andMe, weren't they like the biggest organization of
Yeah.
DNA in the fucking
Yeah.
world? And all the DNA got leaked out
Right.
to like, and I'm sure they had contracts. I don't know what they had contracts with, but I'm sure they had big contracts with like maybe even prisons and shit,
Right.
and, like national database. I don't know, but if they did and they're getting everyone's database, I'm in there.
Right.
You know, fuck, dude. I don't want to be fucking whatevered.
Right.
You know, what if they just randomly select somebody to be an assassin and they create you and your fucking DNA's on everything that this assassin does, gets caught and your life's fucked.
Right.
What if you were the next, what was his name that fucking supposedly killed fucking Kennedy?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, Lee Harvey.
The patsy. Yeah.
So was that true? Was that real? Are they? Was that a clone? Was that a fucking real thing? Because they did say they saw a man walking out of the back that kind of looked at him when they took him out the front, right?
Right.
Well, you also have to think
Like-
about the 2017 releases that Trumpy did on that, where it pretty much says that Oswald was an FBI counter sniper
hmm
and was a like anti-Soviet like agent. Like,
I thought the like CIA set it up.
no, the CIA killed Kennedy,
CIA, FBI, yeah.
but the FBI and the CIA have been competing organizations since either's founding.
Yes.
And the Secret Service is just another arm of the FBI, the DOJ.
No, it's actually another arm of the
Or-
Treasury Department.
But Mayorkas runs it all. So Mayorkas would be Homeland Security at this point. So yeah,
That might be true.
that's true.
I know nothing
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm over here. Okay.
I am
So,
thinking of like early, like after 9/11, like Patriot Act shit. That might be true. The director of Homeland Security might
Mhm.
actually be the head of domestic law enforcement.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Merrick Garland is head of FBI, the DOJ, and then Mayorkas would be Secret Service, Border Patrol, things like that.
Sure.
Or at least that's what we saw after the Trump shooting.
Yeah.
Why don't people at the highest levels get fired when they fuck up in this country?
So the Trump shooting, and then there was another Trump shooting.
Yeah, well, there was a Trump attempt at his golf course, and then yesterday in California, at Coachella, California, when he was at his rally, there was a guy named Vem, V-E-M, and I can't remember his last name.
Hold on. I actually have the sheriff's statement pulled up on
Right.
Twitter when we put it to Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, explain what happened first, and then
Before
put that to.
President Trump arrived to the rally, we made contact with an individual on the inner perimeter of our operation at the rally. As you can imagine,
Inner perimeter.
this was a very large event. In regard to previous attempts on the former president's
This is
life,
on JRE
this is not
on Twitter,
something
by
that
the
we
way.
were taking lightly. We had a very detailed plan in place on how we were going to keep not only the former president safe, but all of the participants or the attendees of the rally safe. In general terms, I will tell you that we had a larger outside perimeter and then an inside perimeter that was completely controlled by us, by Riverside County Sheriff's deputies, and both of them served different purposes. Only people that were allowed with inside the perimeter, the outside perimeter in a vehicle, was if you lived there or if you had documentation that said you were going to this rally. He approached the outside perimeter, gave all indications that he belonged there, that he was a participant that was allowed to get into VIP and to and a press corps, and so he was allowed through that outer perimeter. As he got to the inside perimeter, where deputies were conducting obviously a more thorough evaluation of the vehicles that were coming in, there were many irregularities that popped up. The deputy noticed that the interior of the vehicle was in quite disarray. The vehicle had an obviously fake license plate, and that prompted further investigation from our deputy into why the person was there, and what he was doing. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple
Yeah,
driver's
friends.
license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens.
Oh,
Was
what
it
the
Donovan?
fuck?
No. Okay. All right. Now we're on a new subject, boys.
Okay, so sovereign citizen. We all know it.
No.
What-
Okay.
Which one?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know where you guys are on this one, but I think sovereign citizens are my favorite Americans.
Absolutely.
They're
positively.
retarded,
Yeah.
but I love them. They're my favorite.
Oh yeah, Donovan.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, my favorite.
I like Donovan. Yeah, I really do.
That's
Oh.
your favorite.
Well, yeah, of like
Oh,
the
no,
personal
he's
ones.
high level retard, but he's fucking funny.
You guys know
Dude,
know he'll hear
I like
this, right?
I don't give a shit.
I
I've
like the
told
shit
him
out
he's
of
a retard to his
No,
face.
I like Donovan.
I like
I do,
him, but
but he's out there.
He's
He-
way
he
out
gets
there.
out there a bit. Yeah,
I think he's a histrionic liar, though. Like, unironically, I think he lies about a whole lot.
You think so?
Jesus, I don't know.
A whole lot.
If he doesn't, he knows a lot of shit. I know he talks a lot about
Dude, he
about
researches
folks.
that shit.
Absolutely,
Dude,
yeah,
and it's fucking nuts.
Well,
And it's hard to argue with him on anything because he's so researched onto something.
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
he's- And I'm like, dude,
no,
no, you did not
No,
own your
no.
house that you were born in.
right,
You did not build your house that you were born in, dude.
right,
Like,
right.
I okay, the first
What?
time I really had a conversation with him, other than just picking him up downtown and taking him home, like he's like, I used to work for AAA, and I'm like, that's right. And I talked to him at Mark's Beer Garden for like an hour and a half, and he said he was like all these things, like in the military and a bounty hunter, and all this stuff. And I asked, okay, so what was the largest bounty you ever took in? And he wouldn't give me an answer. And I asked, like, did you go through a bail bondsman? Was this like a sheriff's thing? Did you bring him, like, all these questions? He couldn't answer any of them. And, like, he just seemed frustrated. And unironically, I think he has spent a lot of time on YouTube, watched a lot of Sovereign Citizen videos, worked out a lot. You know, he looks the part. But unironically, I think he's a little schizo.
I mean,
But I like the guy. He's
I
a
don't
good dude.
dislike him. I'm just saying. I think he's a histrionic liar and a
Right.
bit schizo.
You think he's histrionic personality disorder? Well, you know, I don't know. I like him. And sovereign citizens are absolutely some of my favorite people. And I don't for a second believe that a sovereign citizen is somehow a Kamala supporter, Trump
Well,
killer.
Are Native
come on.
Americans considered
No. This is
No,
people
no.
who
Is
dropped their.
This is
is
people
Native
that
American-
think that we live under an admiralty code and there is a
Yeah.
false government and every American
and they're probably about half right.
well, I mean, they've tried it in court about 1,000
Right,
times
yeah.
and they've lost every time. Like, here's the thing: after the Civil War, a lot of the rules of America changed, and
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. It used to be that
1871.
way.
Yeah.
It used to be that way. You used to be a citizen of not necessarily America. You used to be the citizen of your state. And honestly, the only states that seem to have that vibe anymore is really Texas. They're the only ones that are like, yeah, well, you know, fucking, we're our own country. So
Idaho.
Idaho too, to an extent.
I mean, not the government of
You
Idaho, but
are,
definitely
uh,
the citizens of Idaho for
Yeah,
sure,
that's mean to call yourself that.
especially northern Idaho.
Oh, wow.
They're a little wild up there.
The northern Idaho, not the
Up in
southern
Ruby
Idaho.
Ridge.
Yeah, Ruby Ridge, those types. Yeah,
Yep.
which Ruby Ridge, he was a sovereign citizen, I believe, or trying to be.
Some similar.
Yeah,
Like I would say honestly, someone like Randy Weaver
Yeah.
is a more logical and legitimate version of that ideology. And you couldn't really call him a sovereign citizen more than just like a Christian nationalist.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
like I'm not a citizen of the American government. I'm a citizen of the Christian nation of America type shit. That's a different thing.
If they wouldn't have killed his wife, he would have never been in the history books. Really, I don't think. If they
No, they would have killed them all.
if they wouldn't have killed his kid and his wife,
Yeah,
and
they would've just
if they
killed
would have
them
killed
all.
him and the other guy instead, and they would have just gone in there, popped every one of them, and it'd have been over with, just like Waco.
That was a wild one.
Yeah, Waco's another wild one for sure.
Do you know about Waco, Alex?
Well, let's explain it to everyone.
All right. Well, as the native Texan here, I'll talk about it. So there is this cult-ish group called Branch Davidians out of Waco, Texas, that was a branch off of the Seventh Adventists,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a power struggle between the wife of the founder of this branch and her boyfriend David Koresh and her son. And there is a part where the son took over Mount Carmel, like the land.
Mount
And-
Carmel, where's that at?
Waco,
West
Texas.
Oh, Waco.
Yeah.
Oh, Texas.
Yeah, Waco, Texas. And David Koresh and some of his followers thought that there was some like weird shit going on there. So they came in armed to try to collect evidence. And there was a shootout at this compound, and like no one actually got hit. Actually, no, I think
They
Dave got hit.
killed the ATF officer. I
No. This is years before the
Oh,
Waco.
prior.
riot. Yeah,
Okay,
this is
yeah.
years before. This was in like the the hostile takeover of this group by
what
by
what
David
what
Koresh.
year was this?
This is like 87.
Okay,
And-
okay.
And well, when the Waco siege happened was 94, I believe.
Yeah.
But so this power struggle happened there between David Koresh and this woman's son. She died. He took it over. This thing went down, and then the son thought that one of his followers was like kind of like ratting him out or like leaking things to Dave. So he butchered him to death with a fucking axe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then after that, fucking he just stepped right on in. David stepped right on into Mount Carmel, renamed it to Mount Carmel. They named it something else like Leonardville or some shit, or after like the founder. But then when David took it over, he was like, "No, this shit's Mount Carmel, bitch," like in
Mhm.
the Bible. And the weird thing about this cult is like Dave was like kind of a cool dude. He like played guitar and played like modern music and shit.
That makes him cool.
Yeah, he thought he was Jesus.
Oh, he's cool.
that's- no.
He played guitar. He's
No,
pretty
no,
fucking cool,
like,
man.
Unironically, you can see some videos of them playing in like bars and stuff, and you'd say they're a pretty good band.
Yeah.
Like they didn't seem like weirdos.
Really?
Yeah, the Branch Davidians in all honesty did not seem like weirdos. They were very known and welcomed in Waco. Like they all went to the Walmart.
So it's kind of like Diddy.
no.
Isn't he welcome?
Dude,
He's welcome in all the circles, but
it's
he's
a-
not now.
It was a wild thing. Like
Right.
these people were very much normal citizens, and they also got such a following that there are people coming from like Japan and Australia to be Branch Davidians for a while.
drinking Kool-Aid.
But what happened is
What
I think
happened was-
the Janet Napolitano ran DOJ, right? Does that sound right? Was it Janet
I don't-
Napolitano?
was that at the-
Jamie.
what is that at the time? I'm
Jamie,
not sure if that was at the
Look
time.
that shit up.
Jesus.
He has one job. He's not
Yeah, I know,
here.
right? Where the hell is he?
Yeah, this motherfucker over somewhere else.
Attorney General.
I gotta throw some.
Janet Reno.
Janet Reno.
Napolitano was
That-
Arizona.
Yeah, okay. I get those two confused, and if you put a picture
Yeah,
of
it
two
was-
of those,
they're
you'll-
horrible looking people.
You'll get
yeah.
the gin from The Office. Corporate wants you to see the difference between these two
Right,
pictures.
Yeah,
They're the same
they're
picture.
both very, very.
Time travelers.
Let's be honest. They look a lot the same.
They look very
Clones.
similar.
Just clones.
Yeah, they're just dudes.
But anyway, so they
Look,
took over.
another
she took-
Kamal.
in the Clinton
Every
administration.
time I look, up,
they're hitting it hard. Yeah.
Well, yeah. This
that's-
is the one I
that's-
was talking
That's
about.
Kamal
earlier.
is not for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Most
she's
of
for
them
they
are.
them.
Right.
But so Janet Reno takes over the DOJ, and the Democrats.
Napolitano was just on the TV. That is so fucking weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, they
Who was that one?
in 1994 they wanted to push an assault weapons ban. So they wanted to have a big example of like a crazy example of like this is why we don't do it. And so they targeted these weirdos in Waco, and like they claimed that like the cult leader was molesting kids and stuff.
Oh fuck!
Although the state of
That's
Texas,
disgusting.
hold on,
Hey, we don't support this.
we don't. The state of Texas inquired 3 times and found no evidence whatsoever at all. Like the sheriff, the state of Texas, the Texas Department of like Child Services, like all of that. There was no proof of this, but the feds kept on saying that, or like at least in internal memos to like excuse what they wanted to do with these people. And they claimed that they were making short-barreled rifles and machine guns and stuff, when in reality they just had an FFL so they could have guns shipped to their
Yeah.
home.
They had a ton. They had a metric shit.
They had a
Oh,
lot
man.
of ordnance.
Yeah.
They had a lot of ordnance, but legally that was fine.
What were they doing with all these guns? Selling them?
Yes, actually, in
Yeah.
town legally, they
So-
were FFL dealers.
Oh,
That's Janet Napolitano. Just to go back to that. That's Janet Reno.
I told you.
Let me know when
you
I'm on-
could get them confused.
Let me know when I'm on the camera. Real quick.
Put it in front of the cell phone right there. Yeah,
That's Napolitano.
yeah. Wait, it's a little bright. It's a little bright.
So bright.
Yeah. Turn down the brightness on your phone a bit.
Why are you yelling? All right. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Can you see that?
It's a little better.
You can pull it back, and I can zoom in later and edit.
Yeah. Let's do that. So there's Napolitano, and there's Janet Reno.
Those at home, you can just look that up yourself too.
I believe Napolitano was an Arizona governor. At
She
one time.
was, and I get them very confused. But so they had a legitimate firearms business, but then they also shipped in like souvenir, like drilled out grenades, and this alarmed a USPS mail carrier and thought that they were building bombs and stuff because they were also getting shipments of gunpowder and other things.
Well, fuck.
Which again, if you're
But it's crazy.
if you're
It's just a lot.
if you're a gun business, why wouldn't you own some
Well,
loading materials like
yeah,
gunpowder and
But there's an
lead.
excess when you're trying to fucking make some.
not in this country. This is America.
Yeah,
and
but-
that's Texas.
No.
Hell no.
But there is times when there's excess to where you know that you're on an alarm. Maybe you're not doing anything wrong, but you're going to be fucking like, ding, ding.
Right.
And they're
Well,
going to check
that's
you
fair.
out. They're
That's
going to check
fair.
you out no matter what.
And if they want
Even if they say they're not supposed to, guess what they're going to fucking do? This is what they do. Look at what they did to fucking even bigger than us or someone like us. They would just have guns. What would they do to fucking Saddam Hussein when he fucking tried to switch it to Euro?
Hold on real quick.
Oh,
I'm
that was
just saying.
Gaddafi. Yeah, that was Gaddafi.
I'm
He
just
was
saying.
trying to switch it to a Libyan dinar. But yeah, you look at things
so
like
far,
that.
has anything I said been wrong in the timeline on the Waco event?
I don't believe so. No, you've been
All right,
pretty good on
let's try to finish this point.
No, keep going.
I want
go
to
ahead.
let's finish the story because you've never
Sorry,
heard
Sam.
this, and
Hit
it's an interesting one. So after all of this, the ATF decided to investigate these people, and the FBI as well. It was a joint operation
Right.
to try to actually like to fix their reputation after Ruby Ridge, because in Ruby Ridge, the ATF and FBI joint raid was a fucking shit show.
They shot a child in the back and a woman in the head.
Yeah, in the
So,
fucking
Jesus.
face with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy bit.
Holding her baby.
Yeah, I think it was
Jesus.
like Imahara was the guy's last name. Does that sound right?
I think so. Yeah, the FBI agent.
Yeah, the FBI guy. He also was at Waco, and he's one of the people. Oh, I'll get to this. Hold on. So
nobody was held accountable
No,
for the
hold on.
Ruby Ridge thing.
no one is held account on that. And then honestly, people were asking for it in Congress. People were asking to dissolve the ATF after what happened with Ruby Ridge,
Right.
because people were so pissed off. So in order to save the organization, they wanted to show a big, provable, legitimate raid of something that they can justify federally for their gun bans too. This is 1994. They wanted to
Yeah.
justify an assault weapons ban. They wanted to show anyone who owns something like this are these kinds of crazy people.
The Brady bill had just
Yeah.
went into effect. This is
And-
during the Clinton regime.
And so
Oh yeah.
or it wasn't in effect yet. In fact,
Oh, they were
in
trying-
order
they were
to
trying to
push,
push it.
in
Yeah,
order
okay,
to push the legislation, they actually used what happened to push it.
oh.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
So at first, the FBI gets there, and they're actually kind of the good guys in this, believe it or not. Because at first they just had some dudes that were like in a farmhouse, like at the
FBI 's
edge.
never the good dude.
Hold on, usually you're right, but there's a fucking farmhouse at the end of the property, and they had like 4 agents go there and pretend to be like college students, and they're all driving matching SUVs. You know what I'm saying? Those black SUVs, and one of them, I think his name is Gonzalez, actually went into the compound and they let him in. What? Anyway, they let him in and stuff, and he reported back that, you know, they're a little wacky on their religion, but they've done nothing wrong.
You first.
Yeah, you first, buddy.
Yeah.
So after that, though, the ATF kind of wanted to push it.
What's the name of this?
It is Anakin Bongwater.
Bongwater, yeah.
Yeah, the official
Is it from
piece
Clouds?
of this. The official piece of this podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I'm just saying don't take it away too far because I'm going to hit that, and I don't usually hit that shit. So things ought to get interesting here. It's a fucking purple lighter. Hell yeah.
There
This
was
is when shit gets weird.
Looks
there ends up being
Looks like
a
Kamala's pantsuit.
there's
Looks like Barney.
there's a
Barney and
divorce.
Kamala are the same person. Just time traveling.
There's
Yeah,
a,
that's how I know time traveling's real, dude.
pull
We're
it,
both
pull
fucking
it, pull
weirdos.
it.
Oh man.
Oh man,
That's a little big, dude. You should have took a little one. That shit's like
That's what you-
75%.
That's what you said the other night. That was good.
Okay.
He said, "Pull it." No.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
so-
back to it.
So what caused the actual like federal involvement of this is a child custody and divorce settlement of somebody who left the Branch Davidians and someone who stayed with the children. And once the feds heard like what this, I think it was a father actually was claiming happening there, he was like, "Oh yeah, the leader's fucking everybody and like all this shit." It might be true.
It was a lot the same with the
It was
Colorado
like- it was-
City.
It was at least the like adults. Like if you join the Branch Davidians as a male, your marriage is dissolved, and Dave gets to fuck your wife.
Right. Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Yeah. I mean, if you were Dave, that's all right.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Dave's
go
like
there.
sitting cool.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's chill.
Yeah.
but,
Dave was hitting it.
Everyone
They-
else
they-
like,
This
what the
husband
fuck you mean
claimed
Dave
this
gets to fuck my wife?
Did he? Dave. Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Dave didn't do it.
Anyway.
Dave didn't do it.
Go for it.
So
Did it, Dave?
after that, they used that as an example of like, oh, I think we need to go check on this. And then that's when Texas got involved and did like 2 investigations, found nothing. But then the feds wanted to do it anyway, so they tried to serve a warrant on him. And instead of just picking him up when he did his daily jog to like a breakfast spot, he did this every day. They decided to bring in hundreds of agents and surround the property. And
Mhm.
these were people that were doomsday prophesizing Christians that thought the end times of Revelation were upon them.
Yeah.
And the
And
the
at what time
armies-
was end times supposed to be?
1993.
Yeah, this is the 93. Is it when this happened?
93. is when-
93.
Yeah. And the Brady bill passed in 94.
Yes. Okay. So we got the timeline down. But
2012 never happened.
no,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
that
was-
one never happened
that was
either.
bullshit.
2012 happened. Obama
But-
won.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
talking about the
The end of the world.
End of
by
the world.
Mayan calendar stuff.
It wasn't.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so they tried to serve a warrant, and
I don't
the
think so.
the people inside started shooting
Man.
at cops. It was pretty dope.
Yeah,
Like,
they killed an ATF agent, an
Many
FBI agent.
they killed many ATF agents, like 8 of them.
Yeah, there was quite a few that were killed, but like
Yeah.
right at the first volley, I think they smoked an ATF agent
Yep.
on a roof right
Right
at the
in
first
front,
one. I
in
mean,
front of
bing,
news
bong.
cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
making a statement.
Yeah.
They're like, "This is boom.
So-
this ain't no discreet one."
So yeah, so then the ATF and the FBI
'Cause
came
why?
in.
Why wouldn't you kill
Right.
Kennedy?
Well,
Why wouldn't you kill anybody in private if you want it being
Right.
discreet? You want to make a statement if you're going to go out in public.
yeah, you better not make malicious. Okay, so let's go into before
Anything you want to add, John?
before we finish the story about Waco and the Branch
Oh,
Davidians.
absolutely.
Let's talk about the Second Amendment. We all, I mean, for the most part, we all know what it says. You know. What is
Well,
it?
well,
Can
let's
you
say
recite
it.
A well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Okay, so the founding fathers were very smart with the way they put things in the Constitution, and you got to realize the Second Amendment has that first part, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state.
Yep.
Okay, that's before the right to bear.
To bear arms.
Well, here's
Right.
the thing:
Everybody talks about this.
Thank
right
you,
to bear
Sam,
arms.
for being our encyclopedia.
Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I'm a real
Only
patriot. What
only
can I
have
say?
to fact check him.
but you got
50% of the time, he's always right.
right,
Damn right.
and that's good. 50%'s great. But you look at the Second Amendment, and they talk about when somebody says Second Amendment, are you 2A? Yeah, I'm 2A. Right? You're gonna have to pry this gun out of my cold dead hand. But what they don't realize is the most important part of that, according to the founding fathers, because they put it first, was the militia. And well regulated in 1775, 1776 meant well provisioned.
Well ordered.
Yes.
Well ordered, well provisioned. It didn't
Yeah.
mean government regulation. This government regulation is something they started in the 60s, 70s.
Well,
regulation.
the
I'm
first-
sure it did mean
The
regulated.
first federal-
I think it meant like you had to have a certain person
No,
and then a
you need to
certain
be
person
prepared.
in charge. Like, and you had to have the chain of command
Well-
going. Is what they
well,
mean,
you-
like regulated.
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everybody
You
was,
can't have
like,
these
prepared
yeah.
and ready
No,
for
no,
what
no,
their
no.
duties.
You can't have these bands of militias running around robbing people. But Well, you look at like gangsters, like gangbangers. Today's gangbangers, whether it's motorcycle gangs, whether it's street gangs. Whoa, what the hell? Whether it's street gangs.
What the
hell? These gangs are well regulated, well ordered, well provisioned.
Sure.
And one of the biggest gangs in the country is, of course, the government. That's one of the biggest mafias we see. But the fact of the matter is that first part, a well-regulated militia, was more important than the guns ever were. So all of these folks saying you'll not take my gun, you'll take it out of my cold dead hand, are retarded because they're not doing the militia part. And
He's wrong though.
Ruby Ridge, hold on, I'm not wrong. Ruby Ridge, you have a different opinion perhaps, but Ruby Ridge and Waco, Texas, pretty well terrified people away from doing militias. You're not
Hot take.
Yeah, people are afraid to get together. Matter of fact, there's a militia bill right now that was on the Senate floor. I don't know if it got pushed out or what.
Hell, militia bill. There's some fucking states, and there's fucking places I've been where you can't walk with more than 3 people, or it's considered a gang. Let alone you fucking let alone you start trying to fucking build a group of people.
3 is their number.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go out and practice in the bill, it would make it unlawful to go out and practice with 3 individuals. So if we 3 went out and practiced together tactics, that's considered militia.
Oh, dude. Well, like, so if I go out there and I practice any kind of
if it's 3 or more
arts out in the fucking,
got to be 3 or more.
Okay, hold on. I want to give a little bit of clarity to this. There are 6 states that do not have a Second Amendment in their charter or their constitution when they join the union. That is California, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Maryland, and there's one more that's off.
that don't what?
That they have
They
no
don't have a
Second Amendment in their state charter.
According to their state constitution.
Yeah.
Son Charles Constitution.
You're not allowed to have ammunition and arms because
the reason they're allowed in California
Their
to make such
privileges.
stringent laws.
Their privileges, not rights there.
Right. The reason in California
would not
Illinois,
to live in California.
Massachusetts. That was the one. It's Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, California, and Maryland.
But
are they all M's?
But since no, but since we're all the United States, the Constitution holds power over all of that, and those laws would probably be thrown out by the Supreme Court. But the fact of the matter
New Jersey isn't
is without militia. So if I have a gun and I'm going out and I'm protecting my rights per se, and I'm out shooting motherfuckers, well, how long would it take for them to pop me down? But okay, send the police and kill this guy. 2 seconds.
They should be able to do that pretty easy.
Yeah, because
they have tactics.
Right, they have tactics.
They're subcontracted out.
If you're one guy with one gun, what does it matter? So if you don't have, what I'm saying is, if you don't have militia, we cannot grow against a tyrannical government.
One guy with one gun, I should be able to protect them.
With
my fucking.
But as a militia,
man.
you can
myself.
As a militia, as a group of coordinated people who are community, who are willing to die and live for each other and all of this shit, you are able to go against a tyrannical government with rocks and stones. We've seen it.
Sure.
We've seen it in our time.
100%.
We looked at it in Venezuela,
Now,
although that got quashed.
real quick,
You ever stared down the barrel of a gun?
John, do
Absolutely.
you know the definition
Yes, sir.
of unorganized militia in Arizona is?
I have no idea. No, sir.
It is literally been through our court system, been whittled to the point. It used to be males between the ages 17 and 45. That was the unorganized militia of Arizona. And we have a direct Second Amendment, like a well-regulated militia, blah, blah, blah. We have that in our constitution, our state constitution. It says that. And we define the militia as, it used to be 17 to 45. And then World War II veterans were like, I'm 65 and I'm still the fucking militia. Fuck you. So it moved to voter in this state. If you're a legal voter in Arizona, you are definitely a militia element in this state.
Right. Okay, so I didn't know that. I'm not gonna try to fact check that shit because that's
I'll pull
a lot.
it up.
That sounds like a lot.
But
I'll pull it up.
You must know what
I'll
you're
pull up.
talking
I'll
about.
pull up the Arizona ARS.
what you guys got to realize is,
Sorry,
what the hell was that?
that was the video we were watching.
So anyway, the whole
I
voter
thought that
is a
was Casey
militia.
for a second.
The voter is militia. That's a wild concept as well, because God, you guys lost my thought now. But anyway,
All right, I'm gonna read Arizona revised statutes.
no, you don't have to fact check it.
No, I just want everyone to know this because it is interesting.
Right.
Since and I simplified to just say voter, but it's actually, let me read this. 2023 Arizona revised statutes, Title 26, Military Affairs and Emergency Management. 26-122, components of the militia. Components of the militia are: the militia is divided by the National Guard of Arizona, the State Guard, when organized, and the unorganized militia. That's A. B, the National Guard consists of commissioned officers, blah, 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 blah. C, numerical strength. This is talking about federal things.
Right.
Until you get to E, the unorganized militia consists of members of the militia, not members of the National Guard or State Guard when organized, which is literally just us, just people in the state that are armed.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
my point. So that was my point. Definitions are everything nowadays. Yeah, back to it.
That's all.
Definitions
That's
are
all.
definitely
And that's all I had to say about
definitely.
that.
Definitions are definitely being attacked these days. Definitions of, like through the COVID thing, the definition of gain of function research changed how many
vaccine.
times, or vaccination. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So these definitions. So now if you're defining,
So
if
hold
you're
on.
if you're defining a voter as a militiaman, unorganized militia, that's a wild. So that makes you criminal in their eyes.
No, it
in a
doesn't.
way.
That,
For
that's
being a voter?
legitimate.
In a way, for being militia. So your government should be afraid of militia. You can't be free unless your government is terrified of you.
That's true.
You cannot be free unless they are scared
So
of you.
that should be, that is
So
the,
then
that
let's
is,
start freaking them the fuck out.
well, that's not the case. Arizona, Arizona is one of
I'm
the
ready to be
places-
free.
But
Arizona is
I'm
one
a
of the
slave to
places
money,
with the
then I
most
die.
militia activity in the entire country. It's like Arizona.
even more than Michigan now?
No, there's Michigan, there's Idaho, Texas too, but Arizona's got a lot of them. Like the whole town of Congress is like
There's a lot of crazy
is,
motherfuckers. in this
is
state.
those guys. The whole town.
No joke. I mean, for anybody out there watching from anywhere else, Arizona is still the Wild West. I mean, I'm telling you that the people here are not to fuck with. Back when I was doing unworthy things, some of the folks were telling me, "Man, you fucking people are crazy out here." Back in Detroit or Minnesota or where the hell they were from, we would just go with our drug debt and da 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 da. These motherfuckers will burn your house down for $200. I'm like, welcome to the West.
No, they're cheap.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
cheap.
yeah. No
Cheap.
shit. It's the point out, and it's more the point. Whether you've got the
More principle back there.
principle, but yeah,
There's a lot more like a unwritten kind of
that's
respect that you don't do to anybody.
that's what I'm saying
You know
about
what I mean? Like,
Arizona. It's more principled than a
Yeah.
lot of other states.
it's a little more wide open.
Yeah, you don't.
back there it's just
yeah.
kind of like we gotta
Yeah.
coexist.
Yeah.
So we like know that if we do something back there, it's gonna be around town. Everyone's gonna know.
Oh yeah.
Here, there's a little more wide open. You
Well-
could go kill somebody, leave them out in the desert.
Right.
No one know.
But not only that, but like in places like New River, Arizona, which is kind of where my family is from and stuff. There's still cases that are fairly new, like within the last decade or so, where somebody's been killed. Everybody knows who did it, and nobody talks about it. They won't tell the sheriffs. They won't tell anybody. Just, fuck that. That guy probably needed it.
I mean that shit happens all around, dude.
But that's what I'm saying
It's
with
like-
about Arizona. We're wild west still. There's a lot of vigilante justice, street justice,
That's
whatever
like
you want to call it.
I watched one of these fucking documentaries. It was like the Maudaw or something murders,
Right.
and it was like Georgia.
Right.
Family's been lawyers for like a while. Fucking, but this was like a fucking
Oh, the Murdoch
enterprise.
cases.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was like that was
Yeah,
fucking. That was
Did you
good,
see that
like-
kid's?
I watched a lot.
Didn't
of that.
that guy's
Well-
kid
well-
also kill somebody in
well-
a boating
well,
accident?
I'm
okay,
not sure. I
yeah.
can't
So
remember, but yeah,
let's go ahead.
Wow.
Well, we got to explain it to everybody.
hold
So,
on,
like,
hold on.
what's going on is like with this, yes, that's how the kid fucking like. So this big time lawyer around town that his family's been doing this for a while. Fucking his kid he had a couple kids, but this kid was getting into some like mischief, and like he fucking wrecked a boat and like someone fucking fell
Yeah, and
off
fucking
and
died, right?
Yeah.
And so they covered it up. They covered this shit up.
Sounds
And
like a
then
Democrat
like
party.
they found out like before that this kid like pushed the fucking maid down the stairs and they blamed it on like the dog spooking the maid. And
Mhm.
fucking like, and I always tell Casey, I'm like, dog might have pushed you down the stairs later, you know, like after we saw that, like just teasing her. Because
Yeah.
I love her. I'd never do anything like
no,
that.
yeah,
but
for sure.
just as a joke. But like, so and then like something else happened, but then the dude, the lawyer, the big time lawyer, ended up taking his wife, I feel like, and his fucking kids and
killed
taking
him.
them out there and fucking like blowing
Yeah.
their fucking heads off.
Yeah.
And then he ended up getting caught.
He got
and, like,
convicted bigger than shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he got the fucking picture on
Yeah,
there.
like
Years
did he get the RICO Act on him or some
Oh,
shit? Like a big act?
I know he was.
pushed on him or
I
something.
know he was convicted, but the big part about that is like all of his victims and shit. This motherfucker was a scam artist, like a
Dude,
lawyer,
yeah.
litigator, and scam artist. Very smart about it all. Fucking people out of money, like worse than the Hindu scam.
Oh, he was like scandaling.
yes, millions.
Oh,
Millions
that's
from
how they
citizens.
caught him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he got greedy and killed.
Yeah. It was
could've
it was all over money, I believe. Yeah, you
Coulda
okay?
scammed him. Yeah, I was burping. Trying to get it off. Trying to get it off fucking film.
That's the banter part of the bar room.
Yeah. Hell yeah, barroom banter. And if anyone wants to sponsor us and send us fucking
Absolutely, yeah.
you give us money, I'll fucking put your name out there.
I'm John, Desert Rat,
Hell
130. That's Sam. I don't remember your gravity thing.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
okay, don't worry about it.
have a hold yet.
Yeah, you will.
I'll have a hold on
Yeah.
you soon. Hell yeah, barroom banter.
I am on Twitter Twitter 44banger into you.
I'm on.
Well, do you have anything that you'd like to put out there on Twitter, or
I
do you
mean,
just
I have a
fucking
lot of good
have
reposts.
like
I have,
you
I have good
sitting
memes.
around
No,
petting
no.
kitties?
No,
Right,
I
right.
legit on Twitter.
we can't call it Twitter.
I'm calling it Twitter.
Twatter.
SpaceX just fucking landed a rocket on
Oh,
a.
is it called something else?
It's
now?
called X
It's
now,
X.com. Yeah.
I did see, and I was like, "Where's?" And-
I'll be
Yes.
honest. I bought a
Makes
year
sense,
membership
'cause
to it.
when I was
like,
trying to
I'm gonna
download
be
videos,
verified
it's like-
on Twitter now.
And I don't have a
That's-
Twitter account. I've never had. A Twitter.
Mine's John Bolt BOLDT
do I need to get one?
1776.
Do I need to get one?
Get a Twitter. Yeah,
Do
get
I
it.
need to throw
Okay.
videos and
Is it-
clips up on
but,
that
but
shit?
it's X.
or-
It's X. You can't disrespect.
What's Twitter about?
Twitter was the old X. It was the dirty bird.
What's Twitter even about?
Here's
I
the
thought it
thing.
was just like
actually okay.
type in and you put little.
I'll describe what
Same
Twitter
thing.
was real quick. It was
and then we'll go on break.
it's a really short form social media app where you
180 words.
140 words
140,
or
yeah.
letters. 140 letters originally.
Yeah, letters.
And now I think it's got to about like 240, but
So it's just a little simple fuck paragraph.
it's
yeah,
180
you
still.
can post like
You can
Well-
get a lot of videos on there though.
yeah, you can post videos. So you can say, look at this shit, and then you post a video. Or you can post a picture that has way more words and be like, check this
Yeah.
out. But it still is really big for like
One
social
quick
media.
question:
What?
would you be willing to fucking learn how to fucking download and create your own fucking app and make
Oh,
your
yeah,
own
yeah.
app to fucking where we could fucking start channels even better?
I guess you can do that
Somehow.
with AI. But
Well-
back to Twitter or X.com. That's John Bolt BOLDT 1776. Yeah, plug in. There you go.
edit.
We'll just put dolphin noises over that.
That is
and after my shadow ban from Instagram, I'm going to start moving a lot of my content over to
we don't.
to
We
X.
hey, we don't want to get demonetized over here.
No, you won't. You're not monetized.
We're not
yet.
monetized. You have to get
no,
monetized
hold
first
on.
to get demonetized.
I did sign up for Facebook monetization.
Yeah. But
I
you're
don't
not.
know what that means yet.
Okay, so Facebook.
But I signed up for it because I was doing podcasts, and they said, "Do you want to sign up for monetization?" I was like, "Why not? What the fuck you mean?"
Facebook is just my name, John BOLDT. I think it's 87. But anyway, another shameless plug. But I have 15,000
I'm
followers
just
on there.
joking.
No, hold
Keep
on.
going and adding them.
If you get, I don't care about that. But if you get monetization on Facebook or do a professional account, what happens is, as long as you don't get in trouble and say naughty words like you say a lot.
What, faggot? And stuff?
Yeah, you can't say that on Facebook. They'll nail you.
That's the F slur.
You have to beep it out.
Oh,
but you can get people to pay you in
You say,
gifts. I think it's gifts or stars over on Facebook.
I'll call them stars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Them stars.
Starfish,
They're
chocolate.
stars.
But what
Only in your eyes.
if you're monetized on Facebook, it's basically at this point you can get once you reach a certain amount of followers, you can get subscriptions, like people subscribing to you for $1 a month or whatever. I'm demonetized like hell out of all of that. Until about
Because you weren't saying the things they wanted you to say.
until about a week ago,
You
I was
got to
making
conform, my doggy.
yeah. I was making, or until last month, I was making about $1,800 a month off of Instagram and Facebook, just on plays. It's called a bonus program because it's a bonus, so they can take it away from you. It's not a advertising sharing or it's nothing they owe you. It's what they give you because you're.
Am I allowed to put this stuff on Spotify?
If you can throw it on Spotify, throw it on Spotify. Yeah, Joe Rogan does worse on that, I'm sure. I'm not affiliated with Joe Rogan show. But
another place we can honestly post is Kick. Kick.com, Kick.
Yeah, that's a wild one though. Cause
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah,
Honestly,
are we grungy?
you got Rumble.
Well, you gotta start
I want
grungy a little.
classy. You gotta be big.
Yeah, you got to.
No,
No,
here's
You
the
gotta
thing.
be big, or you're gonna
well,
be.
I think
yeah,
I think honestly, eventually,
No, I'm not saying that's just
Well,
junk
but-
or nothing, but
no,
I,
not
I'm
junk.
just saying, in my opinion, like I'm trying to fucking go with like I don't want to go like I
Dude,
spent money.
if
I've
we,
been trying to.
if
fucking
we want to
get- I
build
got
a
this
fan
room
base, you want to go on Kick because that's where the Zoomers are.
I got this shit looking
The
nice.
the younger
I
kids
don't
are
just,
watching
I don't
Kick.
just half-ass this shit. I feel like I've been
Well-
trying. I'm trying.
Kick is
know what I
American
mean?
TikTok. It's long form TikTok for Americans.
Yeah, but we should do something fucking a little bit better in our own. We
It's
should make
good.
our own.
Well,
app.
hold
Bro,
on,
I'm
here's
telling
my-
you,
Let's make our
Aiden.
own.
Have you ever heard of Aiden Ross?
We'll make
yeah,
our
we've heard
own.
of Aiden Ross.
How many people
But-
do you know that would download your app if you made it? If you created one?
Zero. What?
Why?
I have fucking.
Flappy Bird
I
made
have
it, bro.
thousands of people that will fucking.
What
I have,
app?
What?
If my last shit was fucking, I know people that will fucking watch this shit.
Right. Oh yeah.
If I created an app, I know people that I would say, "Hey, download this, and people
Right.
Apps cost over
word of
that.
mouth helps.
What's honestly better is,
I have at
is a
least
fucking
a
merch
lot of
store.
people that I know that would check
I'm
it
sure.
out.
Well, yeah. If I told people I had a pod, I do tell people.
That's what I say.
But
Do
like,
you?
Yeah, I do
But
absolutely.
it's always been shit so far.
Well, yeah, we just haven't really
So-
posted any of them. So.
Well, I have.
I think this is
I
the best
have,
best
and
sound.
they've all been
you-
shit.
I
but
think
the
the best
sound was off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
no, I
sound that we have right now is
Yeah.
fucking solid. You
this
gotta
one's proper.
you gotta quit blowing the mic. But yeah,
So I bought.
every now and again.
Doing
Yeah,
my
there you
best,
go.
man.
I got 2 more of these mics coming because that one's different,
right.
and I want to have them all the same, so all the sounds like a little better. That was
Right.
what I was like looking into. Like you should have everything pretty much that way. It just
I think we can
Like-
post everything we did tonight so far.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I wish we could post the first one, Alex.
Yeah, if we just
Yeah.
press.
Oh, they were fucking. I did post them.
You got.
I
No,
did.
No, I wish we could post the first one we did tonight. You know, the one that you didn't hit the ONO.
Oh. Oh, when I
Oh, wait.
forgot to record because I blamed it on something else, but I was just like too fucking retarded.
right. You know,
Like I thought I
You're-
did. I thought I hit the record button and I walked off
you
too
were
soon.
frustrated. It's okay.
And it went back to
Yeah.
the original and just sat there and we had like a whole hour.
hour of
Probably
bullshit.
of us just rambling on,
Yeah.
talking shit.
A lot
It
of good
was
shit.
And
33
I just
minutes.
fucked it up because that's what I do, you
I
know.
I know we were
Hey.
laughing a lot.
But it's all right, you know, man. It was an honest mistake. It wasn't like I was.
Right.
It was a warm up heat. It was a heat round, you know. What I mean?
Right. Yeah.
We probably did something wrong in that one. Actually, Sam probably had like 7 facts that were fake. on that
No,
one.
what you did
you
was
don't
you
even
said
know.
you're going to kill people.
Oh, now you're calling me out on one and didn't even
You
happen.
tried calling me a fucker. No, what happened was you're like, fuck you.
Hell yeah.
No, don't put that
That's
bullshit
fucking
on me,
hilarious.
Ricky Bobby. Hell no.
Do you think that it sounds a little echoey in here? Do I have to put the pads?
I don't
on?
think we need pads. I think. Well,
It sounds
well,
fine
I have
so
a
far.
bunch.
let's upload this shit and listen to it and see what we think.
All right.
All right, what are we doing?
Let's
now?
take a. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm sure Sam will help you in some
Hell
way.
yeah, barroom banter. I'm Alex.